Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Rock and Roll Woodshop Sunday morning edition. And you see I've got my flannel on, so I'm officially saying that it's fall. So happy fall, everyone. I know we got a couple more warm days, but we're going to be in the 70s at the end of the week. And to me, that signifies fall in Middle Tennessee. So this morning, we're continuing to listen to Pink Floyd. This is Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2. And great music by this group from the late 60s, early 70s, all the way up to today. David Gilmour is still touring, an amazing guitarist, often overlooked when it comes to the top guitar players in rock history, in my opinion. So now let's talk about the project. I'm in the middle of building what is officially the longest table that I've built to date. And this is an 18-inch by 8-foot. I've taken some 2x6s, trimmed them down to 4.5 inches each, squared them off, and then I have used my Craig jig and created some pocket holes to cross screw, glued and screwed and stained. This is our tabletop. And then this is going to be a really heavy tabletop. I don't want it to sag in the middle, so what I've done is I've created a ladder frame to give it some additional support, to support the weight of the tabletop. And then we have our box end frames. I've built many of these frames. It's a very solid, very clean design. I didn't do the crisscrosses in the middle this time because we wanted a little bit more modern feeling. Most of the ones that I've done so far have been brown with white base. We wanted something a little more modern, so I actually sanded these down very nicely and used some satin black spray paint, 2-in-1 with the primer built in, and then I added the brown base at the bottom to where we match up and pull the color from the tabletop. So later today, and then we have this 2x4 in front. That's essentially going to be a support rail across the back, but it can also be used as a foot rail for the people sitting at the table. So in just a little while, I'm going to do the final assembly, and so keep watching this video, and you're going to see that step next. All right, well, let's continue on. So before I can do my final assembly, I've got some pre-assembly processes that I have to complete, and we continue to listen to music of Pink Floyd. This is Comfortably Numb, and so getting on to my pre-assembly processes I have to do before final assembly. I've just completed one of them off camera. I have added my base, my wood stained base to my box end frame, so I've completed that. See, there's the other one. All right, now the other thing that I have to do is I have to prep our ladder frame, our support frame, to where it will connect to my box end frame. So I have already drilled 3 holes in this end, so screws will go this way, and the frame will be on the end. And then I'll do the same thing down here. And then at every cross part of the ladder frame, I'll have pilot holes where I can attach the frame to the bottom of the table, and then about once every 13 inches on each side. Once I do that, then I will have to do some pocket holes at the end here, because this is going to be about 1 foot off the ground and will connect to each of our box frames on the end. So I need some pocket holes to attach it, the screws going through the corner here and on the other side as well. So stick around and you'll see that final assembly in just a moment. Alright, well, we are on to the next step, which is our final assembly, and William is here with me. And by the way, I'm your pal Hubie and
William.
William is my daughter Sheridan's boyfriend, and without his help this weekend, we definitely could not have gotten so much done in one weekend for my good friend Donald Bell at work. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our end frames, our box end frames to our, there you go, right there, William. Go ahead and cinch that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to secure our ladder frame to our box end frames at both ends, just like this. So just like that is what we're going to do, and in just a minute we'll show you the next step. Alright, and now we're on to the back step. We have joined our ladder frame, which is our primary support for the tabletop, and next we are adding our cross brace for the back, which is also a footrest for the people sitting at the table when it's used for entertaining. So we're going to come around here, and I'm going to grab my handy dandy screw gun. We've already done pilot holes. And then that will hold it, and we're going to do the same thing for both screws here and on that side. And then after that, we can flip this over and actually connect this to our table for our final part of the assembly. All right, now we are on to the final step in our final assembly. So William, go ahead and go around to the other side. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide this forward. And then what we're going to do, we're going to invert our tabletop. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lean this over slowly. Like so. So now what I want to do is I just want to make sure that we're at an equal distance from each end. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be very close. Alright, a little more that way. Alright, so now the last step is to secure our frame and base to the tabletop, and then we'll be done. One more. Alright, well, you've got the idea. We're going to see you in just a minute with the final product. Alright, and we are to the final reveal. We've done our cutting, our sanding, our staining, our gluing and screwing, and all those other double entendres that you would like to throw in there. But William, this has been a great build. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Alright, so we're ready for it. Let's do it. Lift. There you go. There you have it. This is a 8-foot by 18-inch console table in a very nice espresso stain. And you see we've got our black box ends on the end. And here on the side, we've got our toucher brown at the bottom. We've got our toucher brown for a foot rail and support beam. And I can say that this build is officially completed. William, thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Excellent. All right, guys, that's it for this build at the Rock and Roll Woodshop. We'll see you next time, and as always, keep on rocking. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go in for a closer look. So, as you see, we have just a little bit of accent on the bottom. Go to the top, and here we go. As we continue to listen to Pink Floyd. And hey, we're out of here. And look, there's Sheridan.